Ever felt like you're drowning in a glass of water? Ever used that expression to make reference to maybe a friend or a coworker or a family member? My goodness, you're just drowning in a glass of water. We use that expression a lot when things happen in our lives and we simply feel paralyzed and we don't know how to react to them. And that is happening more and more frequently now. The stress levels we face every day, and even our children, even little kids, even preschoolers, even when they are in their first years of school, the stress that is being faced by this society right now has never been this high. It's one of the reasons that illnesses are on the rise. Autoimmune illnesses, for example, are on the rise because the stress is so huge, which results in inflammation in the body, which results in illnesses. So we are very stressed, and a lot of the times that'll happen so continuous in our life that our adrenal glands are so depleted we no longer know how to respond. And so when we face new things in our lives, traumas, changes, my husband got diagnosed with an illness, an unexpected degenerative chronic illness. I lost my job. I have to move from this house. I'm losing my house. I have unexpected bills. When all these things happen, we sometimes simply don't know how to respond. And it may very well look to others like we're drowning in a glass of water. That's why adaptogens are so essential in our lives and why we should use them all the times. And that's why I wanted to talk about a product, Adaptable, that Soul Naturals has, that is so essential. Not just alone, although if you have never tried any Soul products, this is a good one to start with. But even if you're not doing it alone, but you're already doing different packages that Soul has. For example, package number 2, package number 3, package number 7, which is a detox, the Power Chi program. So any of these, and you can see videos on any of these on my YouTube channel. If you're doing any of those packages and you'd like to include this product, you can very well do so. Package number 2 already includes this package, this product. But I want to talk about why it's so important. Because the adaptogens, this is the product that Soul has with the greatest, largest amount of adaptogens. And adaptogens are plants that have been classified with that name because they've learned to adapt to their circumstances, to their environment. They are growing in a lot of heat or a lot of wind or a lot of water, in very dry soil, whatever it is, that if they had not learned to adapt to that environment, they would not have survived. So when you take these plants and you bring them into your body, different types of adaptogens, now you can have those same characteristics. You can begin to be more adaptable, to respond better, to not feel like you're drowning in a glass of water. That's why Adaptable is so important. And it's so important because we live in an era where a lot of the times we feel like soldiers at war. And a soldier at war, think about it, any little cut that he has, or any kind of bruise that he gets, or if his arm gets twisted, he's got to make do with what he has. Tie it up, put whatever. There's no time to say, wait, everybody wait. I've got to look at this cut that I went through this bush right now and I don't know what. No, you don't have time for that, because in the process of you doing that, you can get shot and you're done. At war, we adapt to our circumstances as soldiers. Soldiers adapt to their circumstances or they don't survive. Today, life has become such that we need to learn to adapt to our circumstances or else we also will not survive. People who feel like they're drowning in a glass of water, a lot of the times are people who have experienced the trauma in their life and have been stuck in that moment in time like a little bubble, and they haven't learned to move forward. What's the next chapter in your life? I don't know, because I remained in this bubble in this chapter when I lost my family, when I lost my partner, when I lost my job, when I had to move out of the country I was born in, when I lost my home, etc., etc., etc. There's a loss, there's a trauma, and things stopped. They stayed at a standstill. And now that person is less happier. not as happy, is probably a little grumpier, is very indifferent to their surroundings. That's a person that doesn't see the sweetness in life because something in their lives stopped them and they've never removed themselves from that bubble. They didn't adapt to their circumstances. So the next chapter in their lives was never lived. They're stuck in that moment. And that can happen to any of us. And so the problem with that is not just that I'm a little grumpier, I'm not as happy, I battle depression and anxiety a little more. It's not just that. It's that those emotions now begin to wreak havoc in our physical health as well. So now I have more respiratory issues because losses affect the lungs. Now I have more pain in my kidneys, in my back, in my legs, because the reflection of pain in my kidneys or of problems with my kidneys is pain in my legs and my feet and my hips. So now, because the emotion that affects the kidneys and stays lodged in the kidneys is fear, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if I do this again, I'll lose something else. I'm afraid that, if I love someone again, I'll lose them, etc., etc. So it's not just the way the emotions affect us and stop us in our tracks and we feel like we're drowning in a glass of water. It's not just that. It's the fact that physically we are going to have issues. Our health will suffer. And unheeded for too long, this type of inflammation that begins to affect the body will develop into autoimmune illnesses. Autoimmune illnesses are not just degenerative illnesses, chronic illnesses are not just bad luck, are not just genetic, are not just, well, it was your turn. No, a lot of it we could have controlled if we had learned to become adaptable to our environment, if we had learned to become adaptable to the traumas we will or we have faced in our lives. So that's why this product is so amazing, and it's so important to include it in any of the packages that I mentioned or to start taking it on our own, because it will help us. It will give our bodies what they need to respond to stress appropriately. So every time I'm stressed, I lose nutrients is another thing. My body just loses nutrients. And so if I drink certain products that I'm taking for an illness, even after health is back, I want to continue to take them because life will throw something else at me. And again, I'll have stress, which will pull nutrients. And if I'm not continually giving them to the body, then I don't have where the body's going to pull them from. And then it's going to start pulling it from organs. And that's why when it pulls it from the thyroid, I begin to have thyroid issues. When it pulls it from the stomach, I'm going to have, if it needed sodium, it pulled it from the stomach. It needed iodine, it pulled it from the thyroid. I'm going to have so many imbalances because I'm not bringing those nutrients back into the body every day. So that's what I want to do. I want to find a way to take adaptogen plants because they will help me adapt to the way my body responds to stress, and because they will bring nutrients into the body that I'm losing every day. And because they will allow me to face things in life and be like those adaptogen plants. Adapt to my surroundings and learn that I don't have time to drown in a glass of water. I actually have to keep going. And so what Adaptable will do is will give you clarity in your mind so that you can make better decisions. It will give you the energy you need so that now you can get up and do what you have to do. It'll give you emotionally and mentally, not just physically, what you need energy-wise to get up and move away from this bubble and now proceed to self-care, to do things that you need to do for yourself. It'll help you get to a place where you're motivated enough to do something nice for yourself, like I need to exercise every day, or I need to have 20 minutes of doing a hobby that makes me happy and smile. That's self-care. It'll help you stop and understand that your answers to everybody's needs cannot always be yes, 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 yes. But at times you'll have to be able to say, I can't help you with that right now, but I'm going to try to do it in a few days. Check back with me. It's okay to say no. Sometimes we overwhelm ourselves with so much and we don't have the capacity to say no to things that we cannot handle. So what Adaptable will do is it will help you. Adaptable will help you adapt to your circumstances, and that a lot of the times may mean I can't do this right now, I need time for me. And now I can begin to move forward and get out of this little runt or bubble that I've been in and be able to do things differently. So talk to the person who gave you this video and ask for information regarding package number 3, number 7, the Power Chi program, how to get on them, or look for these in my YouTube video channel. If you've just happened to come across this video, drop me a line, leave me a message here on YouTube, and I will get back with you. But do what you have to do so that you're never one of these people who is drowning in a glass of water.